Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only, Master Propaganda, hero of Reich, defender of the fatherland, off you to glorious, wondrous, innovative Propagandacast here, a 1v1 on Amilly Fields, one of my personal favorite maps here in the north. It is Treadz, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 7th Armored Division with recon support, airborne and heavy cavalry. In the south it is Acehiro, fighting for the Oberkommand West Germany, Deutschland. Here with the, let's just go, the 111th Panzer Brigade with Feuersturm featuring Flammpanzers, assault packages, incendiary munitions, Opel Blitzers, and the rocket barrage. And Treadz here with recon support featuring raid tactics, INR Pathfinders, airdrop combat groups, M8 Greyhounds, and M83 cluster bombs, which were a copy of the German butterfly bombs, like straight up copy. They just took the design, just copied it straight up, no alterations. Anyways, as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Them and their invaluable support allows the Propagandacast to keep going day after day, year after year. So big thanks to all those, and more people joining them would certainly make me happy, and of course allow me to keep doing this on a daily basis. A big thanks to all those. You can also donate by PayPal. Links in the description for that as well, besides Patreon. And finally, you can also just comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. That also helps out. Obviously, doesn't directly put money in my pocket, but, helps spread out the videos to more people, so that helps a bit too. Anyways, first engagement in the full screen was Rob score, the M1 Garand versus the Carnot TK here. Got the INR Pathfinders out there for Treadz. INR standing for Intelligence and Reconnaissance, which is basically just their way of saying scouts. The Pathfinders were themselves already scouts, so I'm not entirely sure why they got like an extra scout designation. Maybe they're extra scouty. Anyways, Sturmpioneer there for Acehiro, catching the reaction on the way, plus a second squad wave, which is definitely interesting here, particularly with Feuersturm. Guessing we're at least looking at one thing for a package, but again, as we mentioned before, having more than one Sturm Pioneer squad can at least sort of mid to late game provide you some significant bonuses to get your tanks fixed faster. West side here, points being seized by the Volksgrenadier here under Acehiro's Teutonic command. We'll have to see what Treadz go for next. And expect here either the lieutenant or the captain here for Treadz. East out there, Rav squad advances for freedom and democracy. Mines in the east here, the Schützenmine is fighting 40, and the center of the Volksgren will watch. Concerned there might be something hiding around here, which there kind of is for the Pathfinders there. And for those probably wondering what was the role of the Pathfinders, they're basically sort of an advanced guard for the paratroopers, meant to like drop ahead of them to sort of, shall say, designate landing zones for the more larger paratroop operations. Typically, though, they apparently weren't that successful. Like a lot of time they got missed anyways, but in theory they were meant to like, secure and clear up these massive landing zones. Fun fact as well, the British had their own Pathfinders as well. So fun fact there. West side here, we got Ravcroft flanking up behind here, Acehiro. Sneaky play there by Treadz. Sneaky. Trot on the way there for Acehiro, and the center foot with the Pathfinders there. And the west here, Ravcroft about to get a nice surprise here as Acehiro Sturmpioneer appear right behind them here. And then go Ravcroft routed. Treadz wisely just getting the hell out of there. We also got some tech on the way there for Treadz. It is, in fact, the lieutenant. Not a big surprise. Very popular in 1v1. And also quite good there. Ravcroft pushing for these some fuel punch. Sturm Pioneer standing out there, hoping to maybe get them into the mine first, but no, they narrowly dodge it. Up north here, we've got Fulls going for the Kaufmann Reasons, fighting with them on carbines, going for some pressure volley fire here. It does have a tendency to work out. That said, it does, there we go, suppress them. Thumbs up there to Treadz. Occasionally does also backfire, so they do take more damage while doing so, but at the same time, you notice that they get to suppress the unit. That doesn't really matter. And now we got the Lieutenant Ramming here. That way goes a nice play there by Treadz. In the center, Pathfinders are losing up to the Volksgrenadiers in the east there. Sturmpioneer end up retreating here. Didn't get that Rav squad. Pathfinders right in the center. In the west here, Volksgrenadiers routed. They did pop an incendiary grenade, but by then it is too late. The Americans are pushing forward for free. And we do also have a mine here by Acehiro. Thumbs up. More meaning. And in a bold move there, we got Acehiro with the Mechanized Regiment. Lieutenant pushing forward here. Sturmpioneer about to be pushed back here. Ambulance on the way there for Treadz. East side here, we got the Fulton up for the eastern fuel point here. In the west here, better standoff. He's hoping to bait them into the mine. And there we go. Mine goes off. They're suppressed now. Sturm Pioneers need to close in fast before they get unsuppressed. Although, wait, this is good here. The only thing could better actually Lieutenant being one of the ones hit the mine. But nope. Either way, retreat here. Nice little setup there by Acehiro. Thumbs up. And east side there, sandbagging in there. Very good. Looks like Acehiro will get the fuel advantage over Treadz, and certainly might be able to further exploit it with the Mechanized Regiment. Up north, the ambulance out there. We got the M20 utility car for Treadz looking to hit hard in the German sea. Perhaps not expecting the mechanized regiment. Acehiro here with the MD-34. As for those of you wondering what is a Panzer Brigade doing, the Panzer Brigade was a late war German formation created in response to the developments on the Eastern Front. Specifically, you know, they came up with some counter-tactics and strategies for the Soviets, and some of those were basically built around these, you know, very, you know, mechanized armored battle groups made up of the armored panzer gunners and the tanks. And so they basically created the Panzer Brigade, a sort of more specific formation around that. They're basically largely just, you know, mechanized panzer grenadiers and panzers, like meant to, like, you know, dive into the Soviet spearheads and that way, you know, slow down their offensives. That said, ironically, most of them got used on the Western Front, where they were not particularly well suited for fighting the Allies, and a lot of them got quickly, shortly after, you know, wrecked and disbanded. But some of them actually performed fairly well, but a lot of them did not. Only very few Panzer Brigades actually fought on the Eastern Front. I think like 1 or 2 maybe. So, fun fact, they're actually kind of difficult to find anything about. They're fairly rare in that regard, but I think fairly unique and interesting, sort of. So, little fun detail there. Eastern fuel pump being used for the victory pump being used for the Sturmpioneer. They got the M20 rushing in there, adding the armored skirts to that one. Very good. Could we be seeing mines here from Treadz? Some Treadz blasters? Yeah, Treadz blasters. Yeah. Anyways, west side there against Sturmpioneers out with Rations Lieutenant this time around. A bit more there. We also got minesweepers. Treadz obviously concerned about mines. Got the Sturmpioneer being routed by the M20, crashing through fences. MD-34 getting flanked here by the M20. Nice drive here by Treadz. A bit of a drive-by. You've all that catching the MD-34 in the bad. Probably got the filters rushing in here, but that means, of course, multiple around from the front. Team machine force to deal with that. Get one kill on the machine gunner. West side here, Sturmpioneer, Mr. Lieutenant. Victory point them increased for the Rations. And we got the 234-2, aka Puma, on the way there for Acehiro. Rival squad pinned down here. And Sturmpioneer now have to fall back as they realise the M20 is coming for them. In the centre, MD-34, they're being routed. In the east here, Powerfinders of the Foot Grenadiers. We got a lot of engagement between Treadz and Acehiro. Fierce fighting here between the German army and the United States of America. Puma there almost done. M20 rushing forward C to deal with them. Fifth car there tearing into them. Sturmpioneer sending out there with a Flammenwerfer. 35. There was also the Flammenwerfer 42, which was actually lighter and more powerful. There you go, Puma out. East side here we got the Pathfinders versus the Volksgrenadiers. West side of the region grabbing the Western munitions pointing in the field of dead cows. And there you go, Sturmpioneer being caught here by the M20 utility car there. They'll have to think swift retreat, but there you go, no! The Puma arrives on the scene and the heavy armoured car has spotted its prey. And Treadz there firmly tries to get his M20 out there before it gets turned into a smouldering piece of scrap metal of freedom and democracy alongside the highway to Berlin. Rations there wiped out. They're good push there by Acehiro. Definitely there was a bit of a bloody nose there to Treadz. The Treadz is still in, I think, fairly good control of the map here versus Acehiro. So, while Acehiro definitely has some more of a threat here on the field against the vehicles, plus again, flamethrower Sturmpioneers are nothing to scoff at. They're like really good actually. But, like, he still has a good chunk of the map. It's not all smooth sailing here for Acehiro. And there you go, Lieutenant with the bazooka going forward. He needs to be careful though he doesn't get dragged into the Sturmpioneer. Never mind. I think rushing in to do that just seems a bit pointless because the Sturmpioneer is like right there. They can fix it. Yeah, we sure showed them, but they can fix the damage, Carl. God damn it. Captain here for Treadz. Interesting, interesting. Guess he wants to entertain to do with a Puma. Doesn't want to take up fast. He wants that Puma kaput, which you can't really fault him for now, can you? I'll also then see a Greyhound, perhaps. We shall see what Treadz is scheming here. Over Blitz running here. And we got a Lux here for Acehiro. Oh my. More mechanized red in play here from Acehiro and the German army. 20 there rushing eastwards. Going to grab the point there. Oh, lay down mines. Oh my. He's not just laying down any mines. He's laying down a mine exactly on the spot his opponent laid down on previous. He's even using raid tactics. Oh, sneaky Treadz. Sneaky, sneaky. Laying down a Tread Buster. And then using the M20 as bait for the Puma. Oh, sneaky Treadz. Very cheeky breaky. That said, he needs to get a bit of there from because the rest of the Puma just sets off the mine underneath his M20, which would be, well, hilarious, but not particularly helpful there for Treadz. Not particularly helpful. He also gets surprised later down there, not say around here, but that's another story and another detail. But still, I like his laying down Treadz. I like he's trying to use the M20 as bait there for the Puma. Even if the way done it might have accidentally scuppered his own Puma. Oh, looks got cancelled there by Acehiro. It got cancelled. Interesting choice there by Acehiro. Perhaps thinking he wants to push for armor and some orbital rather than go for the heavier stuff. He perhaps seen the captain thinking, you know what, there's likely going to be anti-tank guns about, at which point I'm probably going to feel sad if I go for the looks on top of the Puma. Which is, I think, is a fairly, you know, decent deduction made there by Acehiro. And there we go, taking up instead the Schwerer Wehrmacht-Schlepper. Pushing for the eastern point. I'll be interested to see if he can actually manage to like bait something in there, go and cast a grenade off. Actually damages the M6 anti-tank mine. Interesting. Nothing further transpiring here in Treadz base. Front line is stabilized for now for freedom. Puma heading eastwards there, 4 kills. Shoots at the Pathfinders. Truck moving forwards there for Acehiro and the German army. Bit of quality otherwise. Troops heading out there from the base. Ralph squad returning through the centre. Got the M20 still rolling about here for Treadz. There go engage the MD-34 crew there at a fairly, well, relatively safe distance. Obviously on the battlefields of World War II, safe distance is a bit of a tricky term, considering everything there's about there. Schwerer Panzer quarters there for Acehiro. Nope, oh, with the manpower float, he's clearly angling for at least one Orbital squad, and certain several of them could definitely give, I think, Treadz a bit of a case of indigestion. M119 there for Treadz. Nice addition there, of course. Helping with the Puma, plus, of course, once Acehiro gets out some tanks, that's going to be helpful there as well, obviously. Ralph squad almost gets the MD-34. Puma suffers heavy engine damage. Sturmpionier by the veteran 2 got the Flammenwerfer. No upgrade yet on the others. No, say, additional flamethrowers for them. Or 8 Panzerschreck, which could also be a good addition here. I'd say both are viable options to contend in these. We've got the folks of the advancing Ralph squad. Sturmgewehrs versus the advancing Ralph squad. Quickly pushed back. Orbital there there for Acehiro. Also, fun fact about the Panzer Brigades. They're actually some of the, so say, first armoured units where the Panzer Grenadiers were actually meant to be heavily equipped with assault rifles. So, fun fact there as well. Obviously, like any other formation meant to be like heavily equipped with assault rifles, logistical issues of course cropped up, and a lot of times you just have to be equipped like more regular Panzer Grenadiers. But little fun fact there. Going another up there by the sound of it in Treadz, maybe? Yup, the captain got eviscerated here by the Fulton Grenadiers. Quite a blow there to Treadz. Definitely needs to be careful about his infantry attrition. There you go. Acehiro is committing not to just 1 but 2 squads of Obersoldaten. A rather aggressive influx of elite infantry, but that's definitely cancels it. Okay, I mean, I think 2 Obersoldaten squads would have been a pretty ballsy choice versus Treadz, but it could also have been quite potent, obviously. That said, it's also not impossible to get other plans in 19. No, oh, very brutal here. Use the artillery barrage from the INR Pathfinders, which is by far one of the most powerful artillery barrages in the game, in part because it's really fast and it's really accurate, whilst also, you know, firing some pretty relatively large shells. There you go, completely wiped the MD-34 there. Acehiro clearly was not expecting that one. An ability can just quickly like wipe out the support unit infantry squad if you're not paying attention. It is kinda nuts. Also then they're getting the MD-34 upgrade. Treadz got the major out, can then himself push for armor soon. Acehiro's got plenty of time for one calling the armor himself. I mean, theoretically, could of course just rush out the Hetzer, the Flamm Hetzer to be specific, but that would certainly involve a few risks, and I think would definitely require a Panzerschreck to help deal with armor. Because it's worth noting right now, Acehiro has got no anti-tank except the Puma. 5th Cavalry Center versus the Fulton Grenadiers. Pathfinders on the flank, east side there we got the Orbital defending the victory a few point against the advancing Americans. Definitely not a great situation for the Ralph squad against those Orbital and then heavy cover. They are getting some damage in, but the Orbital are definitely just getting a lot more in here. And like theoretically, what's like, you know, pop a grenade here, hoping to catch him in a retreat there. That could actually set off the mine on him, and there you go. I'll get a wipe, but there you go. There you go, mine set off. And it's a neat idea, but again, the mine just felt a bit awkwardly positioned otherwise. But otherwise, push back there, western field point claim back the Treadz and the 7th Armoured. Eastern point there being advanced on by the Sturmpionier, pulling in to block any immediate vehicular presence. Closing in the Sherman here for Treadz. Of course, it could go for Jackson. We shall have to see. Sturmpionier on the carve point, west side there. Treadz making further progress. Still no upgrade on the second Storm Pioneer squad. I'm guessing Acehiro here is slightly pondering his options. Does he want a Panther Trick or does he want another Flamethrower? I mean, both are viable choices to make there for Acehiro and the Sturm Pioneer, but so far no sign of it. Puma engaged by the M1 anti-tank gun. Sees the eastern victory point. West one being claimed by the Americans though. All of a sudden good to go once more here for Acehiro and for Deutschland. Bit of a manpower flood again. They did at least replace that lost MG-34. You start the Ralph coming up, and there we go. We do get the M43 Sherman medium tank for Treadz, freedom and democracy. And the south here we got the Ralph squad there in a field of dead cows. They each take cover behind their own dead cow. Could we like lay down sandbags? 9 Jurgens is a perfectly good dead cow here to use. I just can't help but feel it's a bit disgusting. My God, Jurgen, grow up! I just feel like sandbags would also provide better cover. Yeah, we get it. But use this good dead cow and shut up. Ralph's got this return punies. These Sherman almost down there for Treadz. No flamethrower hits, so he leaves for Acehiro right away. I think that is a sensible choice. I mean, eventually could go for one, as they can be certainly fairly effective as infantry and anti-tank guns, but oh, well, he goes for one first anyway, so I would recommend first, you know, some anti-tank stuff like a Panzer or Jagdpanzer at least before going for the Flammhetzer. I think you should at least been a much further ahead in terms of like tech and resources for him to like push for a Flammhetzer right now. Like if say it was like 14-30 minute mark and had better fuel control over Treadz, I think a Flammhetzer would be a swimmingly great move, but I think 60 minute mark and the opponent actually had pretty good fuel control. I think the Flammhetzer is a bit ambitious. And perhaps not quite the optimal choice here. Oh, we got Sherman up, they equipped with the high explosive shells there. Clearly not concerned about German armour. And even worse, he can just quickly switch over to the armour piercing round, so it's not like that big of an issue. Flammhetzer, they're almost done for Acehiro. Puma there with 4 kills, veterans. You want the Kenref almost done. Still not upgrade on the second one, like no Panther Trick or Flamethrower again. Like I really feel like you should upgrade those as well. There you go, Flammhetzer out there for Acehiro. Based off the Panzerjäger 380T Hitzer. Fun fact about it, they actually hit 60mm of sloped armor, and crucially fairly sloped armor that actually gave it like pretty good frontal protection. We're talking like roughly on par with say a Panther, which is obviously pretty good. That said, what is perhaps not as commonly discussed is the Hetzer's side and rear armor was practically non-existent. It was basically the same thickness as a 251 half-track, meaning you could basically stop bullets, and that's about it. So there's a bit of an interesting feature there on the Hetzer. Like, it had really strong frontal armor, again the side armor was like just not there. Adding the machine gun there on top, of course. Could be fired from inside the Hetzer here. Or Flammhetzer. What was known as Rundumsfeuer. Or all-around fire. We got there the Pathfinder being burned up at the Flammhetzer, the machine gun tank on as well there. West side Sherman striking here. We got the Raketen opening up here. Still not getting those Sturm Pioneer. Rifle squad turning up the western side, going for that victory point there by the field of dead cows. In the center, Flammhetzer burning through the 5th cal crew there. We got 1 kill on it so far. Could maybe add up to a larger tally soon here. Puma supporting the Flammhetzer. Heading east with the Fultz Grenadiers. Also, fun fact, and while the Hetzer was designated as a tank destroyer for all intents and purposes, it was an assault gun. As it was initially designed as one, it's just got hijacked by Guderian like so many other assault guns were. And when the Hungarians, for example, used to receive a bunch, and they just also added them to their own assault gun battalions. So, kind of, you know, the jig's up on that one. Well, a little fun fact there about the Hetzer, which is definitely like one of the more unique pieces of equipment in the German arsenal. Mine goes off, they killing some rifle squad there under Treadz command. Turn there being pushed back here by the Flammhetzer. 3 kills on it so far, closing in a veteran 2-1. Center there we got Pathfinder's 5th cal dug in there. Victory point wise, Treadz got a nice lead over Acehiro so far. Acehiro definitely do something like that soon. I suppose you could go for Jagdpanzer next, or a Panzer IV here. Certainly if you sort of consider like his assault gun-ish focus, Jagdpanzer would certainly I think be a good addition here. Major there being burned up. We got 4 kills on the Flammhetzer now. Good hit there with the anti-tank gun. Punches through the frontal armor though. I think in the actual war, the M1 anti-tank will struggle a bit there with the Flammhetzer's frontal armor, just a regular Hetzers, of course, due to again being fairly sloped and reasonably thick. Pathfinders as the Flamheads are being burned alive here. Anti-tanks from 48, M20 and Sherman in the east, striking at the Fulcrumers there. Sturmpioneer basically with the man in the west, very good there. Thumbs up to Acehiro. Note by the way Treadz is like just shifted his weight from the west to the eastern side of the map there, looking to outmaneuver there. His opponent also using raid tactics again, really solid stuff. 2 thumbs up in fact. Like so many players, they will go for recon support, but they'll never ever use this ability. Like it's really good to like just have your tanks and vehicles just grab points, honestly. It's a really powerful ability. Particularly if you do have a fleet of tanks here, so thumbs up to Treadz for just using this solid ability. Flamheads are good to go again here for Acehiro. Very close to veterans 1 on the Flamhead. Second soon go for Panther 4 Jagdpanzer. Lighting the shed on fire. And this shed in particular, I want in flames! Oh my god, the Oberleutnant's lost it again! What? Why? Well, something bad happened to him last time in France with a shed, and now he just hates sheds. I don't know why they put him into one of these things, honestly. Another massive assault, which is going to happen right next to the Flamheads. So that seems a bit bold there by Treadz. Like, he should be aware the Flamheads could come in any time and just start burning his infantry to a crisp. But clearly Treadz is not afraid of a Flamhead, sir. Got the Sturmpioneer popping into the shed here. Flamheads are doing nothing on the east side, though. We do get the M20 knocked out here, and I don't think he managed to lay down any other mines except the one there. Another artillery strike here on the MG34, destroying another machine gun there. Like, really unfortunate luck there for Acehiro, but great for Treadz than just wiping these machine guns. Flamheads are finally moving here for Acehiro. Treadz regaining the western field point as well. On top of the eastern field point, which Acehiro so far is not making like any deliberately aggressive actions to gain back, and looks like Acehiro considered briefly the Panzer IV, but something stayed his hand there, at least, caused him to cancel it again. I'm guessing it wants a Panther instead of the Panzer IV. Double cameras out, they've got the anti-tanks and the showing up, the Sturmpioneer being engaged there. No, by the way, still no upgrade for them. No Panzerschreck or Flamethrower there. Flamheads are pulling them moving in there. Sherman now also deploying smoke, getting flanked there. Sherman halfway done, got it from the Kednev. We need to get Flamheads, I guess, to deal with the anti-tank guns. There we go, burning them up here. Closing on the mention on that Flamhead, sir. Very close to Veterans 1 there. Infantry being caught up with the 5th guard there, but Kednev moving in actually, no right. There we go, gaining Veterans 1 the Flamhead, sir. But there you go, getting hammered there by the anti-tank guns, forcing the Flamheads to disengage. Eastern point we see with the Fulzgrenadier. In the west side we got Raft coming out straight into the mine, possibly got the Fulz in heavy cover as well here. And Veterans 4, there you go, mine goes off, killing Lewis, Jack Roberts. My name's actually Daniel. Shut up, Roberts. Oh. We'll blitz that away, we got the option on the move with that. No, oh, there we go, fully reinforced. Just flicks so there's a bit slow to catch up. Sturmpioneer hard at work fixing up the Flamheads again. Centre there we got anti-tank guns. Sherman at the ready for freedom and democracy. Flamheads are out again. The Sturmpioneer being mauled here by the Pathfinders and the marksmen. One shot went through the bounce here. Flamheads are disengaging. In the west here, full surrounded by the Sherman. Infantry following up here as well. Acehiro is getting close to the Panther, but meanwhile Treadz is definitely seizing initiative here with his multiple tanks. Showing no fear here in the face of Acehiro and Deutschland. In the west, the Raft squad returning up against the opposite in here. No grenades, no booby traps. Forcing them to retreat. These side, like Kednev is up and the Sherman. Ooh, that was a pretty deep dive there by the Sherman. Not entirely sure what went in so blindly there. All the way, Acehiro was able to punish that expertly and just wreck the Treadz tank. In fact, he couldn't like salvage the M20 and the Sherman for extra fuel, and he can also now go for the Panther, which I'm assuming he's planning here. He could also be planning a King Tiger, but I think that would be pushing his luck a bit awfully much here as the Americans currently. But there you go. Panzerkampfwagen for Acehiro. You know, a lot of the Panzer brigades were actually initially start out with the Panthers as well there in like the 1 Panzer regiment, but as the war went on, obviously, and they started to like suffer issues there, they were actually given Panzer IVs as well in Stugs. Another issue with the Panzer brigades was they just didn't have a lot of training. They were basically just armoured Feuersturm units, and that sounds like they had all the equipment, but did not have the training or the experience. Fulton they're wiped out. Panther 2/3 of the way done. Flanking the 50 of the upside, Fulton at the centre. We got artillery called in here. And Acehiro very quickly to abandon the shed there. as Uncle Sam flattens the shed. Was it decoy smoke? That was the Major doing it. Okay, I thought he was going to use like the Pathfinder to strike there on it. But he did not. Trying to change from the fleet. Panthers out there for Acehiro and Germany. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Flammheads, they're burning through the shed. Heinz, the Oberleutnant's at it again. Oh, god damn it. Just hit him with a Bratwurst. He's out there, panthering up there for Acehiro. More orbs on here for Acehiro as well. I think that's a good addition here. Flanking the anti-tank and they could maybe near the probably should do that. Flameheads on the west side, troops moving up there. Second Shem, 130 way down. That Forbes moving up. They met here with Pathfinder's Rival Squad. Acehiro is quickly forced to retreat the Orbs and the Panther is also, I think, very quickly pulling back as you realised he probably just pushed it too far there. Sturm Pioneer push back. Again faced with incredible amounts of firepower, and the Flameheads is almost knocked out, but it's also almost veteran too. Western Fuel thinks he's with the Germans. I feel like both sides starting to get a bit too linear. Like I feel like Ace would benefit a lot from like a deep flank attack for he, or going up for he could actually I think catch Ace or Treadz center. Then a bit of a bad spot perhaps with that. Meanwhile, Treadz went up the west side, catching Sturm Pioneer. Note he's using the building here in case like Ace has got something here. The building provides a good amount of screening for the tank. So tactically, very smart move there by Treadz. Of course, there was no anti-tankers, there was no Panther, whatever that could have like shot at it, but he sensibly assumed there might have been, in which case he took like the most prudent course of action. That is a very smart play there. And you fed for the push back the Ralph got the Western victory point. Another fifth guy there for Treadz in the centre orbital being met with intense firepower. We got the Panther moving in there. Nope, pin them out of machine on that one, Barway. Flameheads being fixed up. Could get, of course, both Sturm Pioneers to speed up the repairs there. I'm also a bit surprised we're not seeing any repair Pioneers. They'd also likely to be a good addition to further like assist Acehiro in just getting his stuff fixed fast. And still no additional like upgrade on those Sturm Pioneers. I really would like to see either Panzerschreck or Flameheads. Just like any of those two would do them a lot of good. As you might notice, the one with the flamethrowers like been able to do a lot more damage, and that's been able to hit the high levels of veterancy much faster. So there's definitely benefit there. And there you go. Flameheads are fixed up rapidly now. Lieutenant pushed off the western point to the east side. He's seeing a limited action between Treadz and Acehiro. Limited action. Definitely feel like there could be a bit more going on there from either side or both sides. But there's definitely a bit of, you know, center focus here, which does quite frankly happen in a lot of matches. Partly because a lot of the matches tend to like create that kind of flow, unfortunately. Flameheads moving forwards again. There we go, Vetter 2 gain on the Flameheads. Bravo Squad, they're being burned up alive. Eastern Point sleeps with Bravo Squad. Quiet there in Treadz base. Still no pinlock machine on that Panther. Yeah, a bit of quiet here. He's probably trying to figure out how he wants to deal with Treadz, but he's, I think, struggling to come up with a particular plan here. Part of these again is just those double-mounted tanks just lay down so much firepower that like if Acehiro makes a mistake, they can quick like lose a tank or a Flameheads up. But there you go, sniping away with the Panther and the Sherman, punches through the frontal armour. Kum on the flank, getting into 2, another shot, there we go, anti-tank and punching through the Panther's frontal armour there. Sturm Pioneer there, very close there with the Rough One. These have got the options coming up there as well. Flameheads driving through here. Seems a bit suicidal here by Acehiro's Flameheads. And down to half health there, but whew, gets fairly lucky there. Fairly lucky. In this case, the Veterans 1 bonus where it gets a bit harder to hit there, I think saved its bacon somewhat. Ralph's got pushed back. They need to fix up the Flameheads again. I'm pretty schnell at that. East up there, Shem striking violently. Got now both fuel punch control of Acehiro. He's activated more or less full pop cap, so he can't pull in any more stuff for the time being. We got 148 was for fleet. Acehiro though again needs to like, you know, come up with a plan of attack here against Treadz. I can get rid of those two anti-tanks like a good pincer maneuver or just good flank assault. I think would really leave Treadz feeling a bit mangled. But so far, Acehiro continues, I think, play fairly safely and defensively here. Well, he probably is trying to figure out like an option here to deal with the Treadz and his double anti-tank and defense push. There you go, showing the dipping over committee. We do get smoke deployed fairly well there to cover up the retreat there, though arguably he could have tried sending in the Puma there to finish it off. I think one thing that's also constraining Acehiro is just the lack of smoke here. He's got no way of deploying a smoke screen, which would certainly be one way of dealing with all these anti-tank guns, at least briefly. Like, at best, he's got the Puma, which he could like send another flank mission drone from. The anti-tank guns pop the smoke there and hope it survives, but then it attacks from another angle. I mean, that could be a tactical option there to consider for Acehiro as well here, but so far there's not really a lot going on. He's just sort of very slowly considering his options, I imagine, rebuilding his forces. But he definitely, I think, needs to pick up the pace here versus Treadz very soon. As for Treadz, I mean, he's repairing his stuff there as well. Could go for another Sherman, could go for Jackson, Scots. Scots will also provide him some Artillery alarm to apply more pressure on each, sort of trying to like, further like push him into like perhaps an attack he's not ready for. That's definitely some option there to consider. Well, he also has the option for the smoke ball there. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, he needs like, I think, trying to stop pushing up the center here. I think that's kind of like where Acehiro's kind of like, just presenting a big target to Treadz's anti-tank guns, which is obviously only helping Treadz and not so much Acehiro. Got the Panthers sort of covering the right flank roughly. Also moving in there, popping into the shed. Moving up there. Flamhead's moving in again. And once more, seems like fairly determined to attack from the same angle as he's done like the last few times, but again he's been repulsed. Rushing in the Flamheads here, taking quite a few hits there. Half HF to 3 though, but crucially, very close to dead here. Didn't even like get the machine gun. That was just seemed a very fruitless attack there by Acehiro, to be honest here. Very fruitless. Booming out the flank here. Snapping away. That's really where the Flamheads should have been, in a sense. They're panting at the other side here. It's sort of got something now resembling an attack here for Acehiro, but crucially the Flamheads, which should have been a part of that sort of larger scale attack, there then isn't. So seems like Acehiro is, I think, trying to like, make a larger coordinated push, but he's having a bit of a hard time getting the different pieces to like, play along or coordinating them. Repair Pioneers, they've Acehiro as well there, finally. Fixing up the Flamhead set. Storm Pioneers should get moved to the front line just as the others. 100 points left if Acehiro. Those are the 4-3 here of Treadz. Puma there narrowly dodging a shot here. Looks like we got a deep dive here from the Puma now. Acehiro going straight to the base there. Is it a diversionary attack here? Is it bait to draw away, like Treadz away from his front line here? Or is there something else going on here? Oh, where the Puma goes down. We got a Jackson there for Treadz. In the end, though, he's seemingly slightly caused Treadz to like reposition around the center, but crucially, there's like no follow-up to this. It does also open up a bit of population there for him. Question is, though, what does Acehiro tend to fill that gap with, then? There's a lot of questions here. Jackson out there for Treadz. Flamheads to their 8 kills, slowly approaching 93. We got air reconnaissance deployed by Treadz. And things almost no notices again are much further behind. I think he's starting to like worry about the flank from here or there, hence the positioning here, but that means the center victor point is more easily grabbed here by Acehiro, can more easily support with armor without them getting shot to pieces by the anti-tank guns. Might want to pop a blend cover grenade here. Something else. Jump on the flank here, quickly route it. 9 kills on the Flamheads, very close to 53 and increased rate of fire there. Plus bombing on each, there you go. Flamheads are pushed back here, ND fed forward positioning. Anti-tanks looking for again. We've got 75 points left, teaming up the eastern victory point, which is also something you also could consider. So, like, just focusing on in the center, there's definitely, I think, a bit of tunnel vision here for me. So, unfortunately, a bit of tunnel vision, which is always a dangerous thing to like end up with. But that said, it's also like fairly common. And typically, like how some players actually end up winning the game, is just waiting for the opponent's like hit tunnel vision stage, and then just crash them with that. That said, we see the Treadz really getting overconfident. Oh, it attacking pretty aggressively now, as Acehiro, which could give Acehiro a chance, like maybe turn the game around, particularly because the anti-tank is now like fairly extended. Going for Stukas first here, could also go for a Panther more, or just some Panther Force. The Feuersturm punish diving through here. Almost got the Lieutenant anti-tanks to top as well. We got the Pathfinders to find the 5th cover in position well. There's Shams on the flank here. I can't find way out, and Schwerpunkt's almost knocked out here. Almost got on the Shams. There you go. Main gun knocked out. Smoking deployed there. Sturmpioneer got the victory point east side there. Folks with the 5th cal there. Flamheads are there. Could be moved back to the base for repairs there. As the repair pioneers are there. And I'm guessing Ace is currently under a lot of stress here from Treadz. Schwerpunkt, of course, while he survives here the encounter. And he is going for a Panthers roller, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. He's also got some Obsum doing nothing in the west. I think like try and probe more on the flanks as well. Stukas of his almost is going to call that into up deal with the anti-tank guns and the 5th cal there. Pushing up the center of the other side, and Blencow again would be a good toss right around there to deal with the 5th cal. At least ensure he can't suppress his men too much, but there you go. A bit late on the party with that one, but kind of gets it off. Ace Sturmpioneer moving in, but they're quickly suppressed by the 5th cal as well. They're ace level on that one, by the way. Flamheads being fixed up, the Sturmpioneer and repair pioneers. Panther almost done. Stukas of us unleashing a hellish rocket volley here against Treadz forces. There we go. Major wiped out in a major artillery strike here. And got another unit as well. The Rav scored exterminate. That was a pretty good Stukas barrage there from Acehiro, actually. Like 2 wipes on Treadz. Definitely leaves them a bit feeling painful there. Schwerpunkt was knocked out right as the Panther arrives. That's a really close curtain call there for Acehiro on this Panther. Right before it blew up, he managed to get the Panther in there. Talk about fortunate. Flamhead's bringing there you go. Veteran 3 gain. Lieutenant is in some deep trouble here. Flamhead says utterly incinerating, murdering him there. It is just straight up a massacre there. 13 kills there. Sherman's the Panther in the east there. Kidnaps ultimately by support. It could take out one of Treadz Shermans here. Treadz suddenly in a much more precarious position. Like his charge there, base left him like stretch, and now Ace is definitely starting to turn around there to punish him for it. Stukas first got notified again there. Flamheads coming in as well to assist. Somewhere else. Concussive grenade there, very nice. If you get the Flamheads in there to attack now, he could definitely think either Rav squad they're feeling very uncomfortable. That and the Pathfinders, obviously. Jackson's got to gain the Flamheads are there. Pathfinders there. Rav squad quickly retreating in the face of the Flamheads. A Sturmpioneer combo, and there goes second squad. Also getting the ace level. Kevin Flamhead at the Jackson. Heavy damage inflicted on the M36 Jackson tank, so the crew is reeling, discombobulated. As the Panther pushes forward for Deutschland, but still should not neglect the 2 M1 anti-tank guns there. Flamheads are the to deal with them. Stukas can't fire yet. Panther's knocked out though. A stinging blow there to Acehiro. Overestimated the Panther's potency was the M1 anti-tank guns in the game. Almost got one of the anti-tank crews. There we go. That's definitely going to help Acehiro a bit, but it would be helpful if we've gotten them first before they lost the Panther. But so then that will go. He's actually destroying it, ensuring that Acehiro doesn't get it, because I imagine he's concerned about the M1 anti-tank turn against him. There you go. Flamheads is Vetsy 4, but close to losing it here. Would be a huge blow here to Acehiro to lose his Flamheads now. When it's like Vetsy 4. And there you go. Another Sherman down. Treadz is taking titanic losses now in the face against the 1 and 11th Panzer Brigade. Need to fix up the Flamheads, though. Of course, he's got these 2 Ace Sturm Pioneer squads there. He could just quickly fix it up here. If you get that thing to like the Ace level, that would be pretty bad news for Treadz's infantry support weapons. Going for more Shermans there, very good. Sturmpioneer hard at work. Another Stukas was rocket there, another 6 rockets to unleash there, right into the mates here, and there go anti-tank and crew exterminated. The veterans, the precious veteran there is completely lost. There you go, Flamheads are burning through the Pathfinders Rav squad. Just incinerating them. Huge losses there. 20 kills on the Flamheads. Infantry, we can see further casualties. The battle could spiral out of control here for Treadz and the 7th Armored Division, but now it looks like his infantry very narrowly survives. He's going in there with the Flamheads. He's going to try and get the wipe. Got him, Himmel. Almost lost the Flamheads. I didn't get the wipe on either squad. Still, Treadz is in a tough position. That said, Acehiro can't easily replace his armored losses. He's building a Belgrade headquarters. Is he planning a King Tiger now? I mean, that could work out, but I think, honestly, under these circumstances, just churning out a bunch of Pumas could be just as effective, if not more effective. He also gets hand on the eastern victory point. Like, would recommend fixing the Flammhitzer schnell and then rushing that. And we got another rocket strike, this time though from the commander of rocket barrage on the anti-tank gun, destroying it, sending corpses and bits of anti-tank flying there, and the west side Sherman in, and something else blew up. Oh, the ambulance got struck inside the base there. On the other hand, Ace's Lekev has been wiped out. That's pretty good for Treadz in return. Airdrop combat group. Calling in paratroopers, plus a pack out to help deal with the German menace. Flammhitzer, they're very close to the Ace Jackson going for it. Anti-tank is new to scene, and the Sturm Party is still having to equip themselves with a Panzerschreck. Meaning there's nothing to cover the Flammhitzer. The Jackson could dive after it, but isn't. The Kenner recruit and pushed back. MU-34 Prime covering fire for the retreating units. West victory point makes use for them. He's popping out the vehicle. Treadz is taking a huge gamble here. Like, if he gets caught with this, he could technically hand over a tank to Acehiro, but Treadz believes in Acehiro's ability to basically hyper-focus on one point at a time here. And so far, it seems like his faith in Acehiro's tunnel invasion is paying off dividends. That's not great. Another Kenner for Acehiro and the Germans. Definitely feels like he's stalling for a King Titan. Again, I have to worth noting he's doing this while he's got 42 victory points left. 41, like, definitely not advisable here in most circumstances. You're that far behind and your situation is that desperate. I really would just recommend training up a bunch of Pumas and Luxes instead of like trying to go for a King Tiger, honestly. Like, sure, the Pumas and Luxes won't be ideal, but they'll be there, which the King Tiger may just end up not being if he's unlucky. Stuka's barrage off here. There you go. Rockets raining down death. Almost got the MU-34 crew there again. Flammhitzer, they're super close. The ace level 22 kills. 23. 24. Could we actually be seeing an ace level Flammhitzer, ladies and gentlemen? Sherman on the flank here. Diving in with the Flammhitzer. Need to go there. Go. Jackson gets away. I need to get out of there. Sherman there flanking the Flammhitzer. Infantry champ there. So I've got vehicle crews. Well, I accidentally moved in the vehicle crew there. Flammhitzer, oh, got him Himmel. It's not going to hit the ace level, is it? Oh, shot bounced. No Panzerschrecks. The Kenmans can't hit it easily due to all the smoke deployed here by Treadz. He's flanking the Flammhitzer. He wants it dead. He's not allowing it to get away there. And the Jackson finishes off Acehiro's Flammhitzer's remaining piece of armor there. His infantry incinerator is gone. And he still hasn't upgraded the Sturm Pioneer squad. But they're infantry being mauled here, but the opposite on the Sturm Pioneer. Almost got the Pathfinder squad. Their 5th kill dropped here. Treadz infantry is dying in droves, but so is Acehiro's. We got 22 versus 369. The battle is hanging in the balance for Acehiro here, though technically it's otherwise for Treadz as well, because this infantry is being mauled here. His men are being concussively stunned here by the Sturm Pioneer. Smoke deployed by the Sherman again. Trying to buy as much time here, trying to bleed Acehiro with whatever measure he can do here, no matter the risk involved here. Stuka's first on the move again, close to firing off another barrage. And it generally seems like Acehiro is in fact going for that King Tiger. Like, again, he's got 14 points left, ladies and gentlemen. 13 points left, and he's still, come hell or high water, stalling for a King Tiger. That is amazing dedication, I suppose, but also pretty damn risky. I mean, sure, it makes for great TV in some ways, but like, you could argue so would a bunch of Pumas and Luxus. Anyways, Sherman falling back here. We got 8 points left for Acehiro versus Treadz. 8 now. He's managed to stop the beat, but again, Treadz here, displaying his good control of the battlefield here in terms of tactical like awareness, going for the Western victory points, even as Acehiro again just like pushes in everything on the center one. He forgets about the west one. Hell, like at this point, just going for another blitz like his Ferry's troops around there would also be an excellent hit. There you go. He narrowly saves it with a Stuka's barrage, wiping Treadz paratrooper squad. I mean, Treadz is also taking some heavy losses, but like at this rate, I think Treadz is just accepting he needs to like make as many short-term trades in some ways, like just bleed out his opponent. Because winning this game the long way now, I think, is next to impossible, in particular if Acehiro gets in that King Tiger, which is very close. But if Treadz could just get those victory points in there, it may not matter. Man, the suspense here. Can Acehiro get the King Tiger and shut down this match, or will Treadz be able to like win this on victory points before that happens? But again, like an obelisk, Morty has various troops around there, I think would also be a good addition here for Acehiro, honestly. I think that would help him also just help control the rest of the map here versus Treadz more efficiently. But there you go, Sherman on the move there. 7 kills, near ace level, Sturm Pioneer pushing forward. Still no flamethrower or Panzerschreck on the other guys though. Infantry there being mauled here though. But so is Acehiro. Sturm Pioneer once got pushed back. The Sherman taking a good hit on the other one. Pushing for the Western victory point. Sherman dives in. Then we got 6 points left in the center. Infantry met with fierce machine gun fire. There's a fifth guy they could have grabbed as well, by the way. Sherman was the opposite. Blend curve off here. Infantry being mauled in the center there. Moving up the eastern side here. Passing past the wreckage here of the Flammenhetzer and the Panther. Cluster bombs here in the center. The machine crew is obliterated. Almost. Sherman moving in here. We got 6 as the 356 here. Sherman moving forward there. Got the MD-34 crew. Pathfinders rushing past here in the rear, but they're being murdered here. Treadz has an excellent infantry left. What is he planning? I do not know. You'd think these guys are like a lieutenant and the captain then. Bad to lose the Pathfinder squad to the Fulton Grenadiers. Acehiro is putting up a fanatical defense here in the servers of Deutschland, though. But can it hold out? We got 18 kills in that Stuka first. 18 kills, multiple wipes. Treadz falls behind tatters, but he's mustering in the 7th Armored Division for one more assault here. One more push, even as Acehiro is technically in close to the King Tide. But again, the intense manpower bleeding he's putting up to the defensive points is just making it hard for him to go for it. Like another reason just push for more like vehicles and just a bunch of orbital blitzers. Stuka's barrage stage just hoping to get lucky. Instead he ends up whiffing an entire barrage, perhaps at the wrong time. There you go, Jackson goes for it. Could take out here Acehiro Stuka's first, and no, it misses! It misses! Orbs and they're pinned down to the ground, forced to retreat. 6 versus 339. 337, like the match is just going on here, but for how much longer? Acehiro's so close to the King Tiger, but at the same time, so far, and he is so perilously close to just losing the match on victory points. And Treadz is so tantalizingly close to winning this, but he's also like just, you know, a hair's breadth away from losing it. Who will pull through here? Who will stand victorious on this battlefield today, ladies and gentlemen? Sherman forwards, engaging the MD-34 crew. Could deploy smoke here, actually? I think that line infantry just moved forward so easily. But he's not deploying smoke. Is Treadz also now standing top of exhaustion? He's flooding so much manpower. Should he just like spam infantry? I'm surprised he's not doing that. Like, if he just like launch a fairly wide infantry assault against, he could do. We got another rocket barrage in the center. Treadz is just sending him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's desperate. Madness has set in here. Jackson, Sherman, there go deploying the smoke. Pathfinder squad almost what? Sherman diving in here. It's all or nothing for Treadz. His energy reserves, his infantry reserves, in some ways depleted. He is beyond caring. He is going for it. It's do or die. Victory or defeat. Sherman hitting a mine here. We got 6 points versus 324. Sherman's diving in. Boober trap. Almost takes out the entire rifle squad. He could use raid tactics like this. Again, I feel like both players at this stage exhaust him. It's like an almost an hour-long match. So don't blame Treadz for like forgetting to use stuff like raid tactics here. There you go. He does use it. He does use it. Raid tactics could win him the match, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't like rush deploy smoke rush in the Jackson there. He's got his opponent down to 5 points. We got blend covers. We got blend covers. But no, looks like Treadz will win this match off the back of raid tactics. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. So there you go. GG. Game over. A hell of a match. A hell of a fierce fight here on Amilly Fields, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly in part decided due to, again, tunnel vision from both sides. I think Treadz much more able to keep a bigger control of the field here. But again, even he, like, you know, was exhausted at the end of this match and trying to like keep everything going. But raid tactics, ladies and gentlemen. Raid tactics on through there. Not the game, by the way. The ability. Well, that's Raid Shadow Legends, but I'm sure they'll have a spin-off called Raid Shadow Legends Tactics or something, so people are going to ask about that. But anyways, this is it for today. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Again, consider donating or pledging on Patreon support what I do. This is Imperial Lane saying cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.